just saying, if we just talk about morals and values of the office,
Right.
and how they keep telling us to respect the office, and every time these guys are put in that position, they get exposed because they're going to stick a microscope up your ass, just like the guy who was out there who had the largest church in Colorado, and find out that he was he's the, he's messing with male dominatrix guys and having paper clips in his dick. What the hell? But yet you're sitting back telling the
banned
world
from Office Depot.
Yeah, well, I mean, but you're telling the world about God and this and that, and you're conservative. And so my thing is, look, your skeletons are going to come out. I don't care if this has nothing to do with Democrat or Republican for me. It's just the fact of morals and values. And every time the people have been in that office, the office does have morals and values, but the office
allegedly,
but it depends on who's at the who's
at the helm, who's running the ship,
and I mean, like I said, I mean, on one hand you have Franklin Delano Roosevelt, but then again, you had guys that kept Jim Crow in office. I mean, they kept Jim Crow going, even though he was supposed to be out helping people. Jim Crow stayed.
I've said before, and we were talking about the semantics earlier of the word censorship. I've often said that semantics is the difference between I've stopped taking drugs and I'm off my meds.
Right.
And as a native of Chicago, which is known as the city that works,
right,
and is well known throughout history for the vast corruption of the Democratic machine that ran the city for years.
Right.
But there is a big difference between the city that works and he kept the trains running on time.
Right.
There is a certain amount of corruption that's inherent in government.
Right.
That, if everything is working, we can deal with that.
Right.
And and it's not just government. It's the FDA has standards for food. There are a certain amount of rat hairs allowed in chocolate bars and in hot dogs and stuff that people like to eat. And ideally, that, and it's just like, I'm going to the restaurant that got a C grade, but the food there is so good, I don't want to know what they're doing.
Right.
I'm just going to eat it. So you know that going in, and there's a certain amount of corruption that you will accept because it does make things run on time. If it's do nothing jobs and guys sleeping in their truck all afternoon and clocking out at 7, it's bullshit, but I'm willing to accept that if potholes are getting fixed and there's less crime in my neighborhood. Keeping the trains running on time is wonderful, but if you're going through, fascism and mass murder to make it happen, maybe that's a bridge too far.
Well, I mean, that's why Governor Brown gets in trouble. Governor Brown's trying to get his super train done, but his homeless situation is off the chain. Your infrastructure is off the chain, but yet you want this so-called super train, but yet you can't control the homeless situation, And, also I believe just when we're dealing with people in these different offices and these things, man's nature is bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's the nature of man that, and I have a friend at my job always tell me, you always go philosophical. And I said, but no, I want you to look at life. I want you to look at who you are and what you're doing. And if you're giving, as they say, much is given, much is required. And if you're given this position of authority and a position of that you're supposed to be for the people, and every time we find out you're just taking from the people but not giving back to the people, or you're only hooking up the people, the guys who are feeding your pockets, and you're not taking care of all the lower class, and you got a poverty level that's going through the roof. I mean, if you look at California, I mean, our our homeless situation is out of control, but yet they say, oh, well, the housing market is booming. Who's buying? Who's buying a house? I work every fucking day. I can't get one. You got people making $60,000 a year, can't afford a home. And people don't say, but yet everybody's in an apartment. They're making it. People don't even think they have to totally think differently and how they live. They have to. One of my neighbors. They bought their son a new Beamer. Okay, but the Beamer, you would think, wow, the wife's got a Beamer, he's got a Beamer, and the husband's doing the construction. Why don't these people have a house? Can't get a house. They can get Beamers, can't get a house, and they're buying used cars. So they're living like they have a house. They got new floors put in their apartment. This is New York. It's California. And you got all these homes. And this is Van Nuys. You can't get a house. Who would have thought a house in Van Nuys would be $600,000? All the price, everything's inflated. And homelessness is just... I went by this. I drove past the park. And there was a guy who had... he had mounds of just shit. And I'm like... Dude, but he was sitting like king of the hill. He just had mounds of stuff, and I don't know if you heard about the in Alabama, they got these trains full of human feces that they haven't been able to get rid of.
Yeah,
and I'm like, okay, who's putting human feces on trains? And why do we have human feces?
That's a shit job.
Yeah, it's a shit job. Yeah, and that's what happens. When they have to clean up these encampments. Because these guys are just shitting in the bushes and they don't understand. Dude, that's where the plague came from. Because, rats, shit, flies, all this shit don't mix. Germs, next thing you know, virus, death, boom. So it's like...
Good thing we have a responsible president who's staffing the CDC. Oh, shit, we're fucked.
Yeah. This guy. And I don't know if you heard, but they have... others they're trying to control other strains of different bacterial type of shit that they say are motherfuckers that will and I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah, years of antibacterial hand soap and everything is creating all these something resistant bacteria.
Right.
But anyway, yeah, it's superbugs basically.
Yeah, so you got all this extra stuff that you got to deal. Then you now we want to go after China for tariffs. Well, hey, they're gonna do this to China. You've already prostituted our country. China owns damn near all of America anyway. You guys don't give a shit about America. That's one thing I didn't get to tell you when we were sitting down there. Is that I don't believe they care any that patriotism shit. It's crap. These guys have sold this country off. If you cared about America, you wouldn't see soldiers suffering the way they do after they come out of the war. You would take better care of your veterans, and you would take better care of your homeless. If you were a so-called patriot, no. Our school systems would be better than what they were. We wouldn't. Everything is so fucking expensive, you can't even get it. Dude told us, hey, man, a Dodger dog is $15.
Really?
I think it is.
Jesus.
When was the last time you've been to Dodger Stadium?
I was there for a game in August.
How much was the Dodger dog?
I didn't even bother looking.
No,
yeah,
it's probably not a fan.
I was already paying way too much for beer.
Yeah. Okay, so
got
look
priorities and a budget, man.
Right. So when you look at beer and you look at everything, they just inflate the price. Then they say, "Hey, you should look at Walt Disneyland. Disneyland is $150 to go get on a fucking ride. Are you serious?
No, it's $150 to wait in lines to get on rides.
Even worse. And you're sitting there, you're going, damn, and it's just constant. And everybody says, hey, I can't wait to get more tickets there. And they're trying to say, what are you selling me on? I would be better. So what do? You end up put up a list of what's free. And so there again, you have to find a better way to live your life and to adjust. You have to adjust to Trump being in office. You can either sit up and watch that crap all day or you go find something else to do. You can go get in massive arguments on Facebook with a bunch of idiots, or you can go find something to do. If not, you're gonna ruin yourself. You're gonna get headaches I can't do that. I have to go. So, I go find things to do. I can't sit up and watch this stuff all day. I can't sit up and I have to, learn how to relive, reshuffle, redo things because of what we're being faced with on a regular basis. And when they say, oh, you got to respect the morals and the values of the White House. Well, one, just calling it a White House, you already are getting in trouble. So, can't call it a Black House. And, no. But you call it.
Not even, 2 years ago. But that's because the exterior of the building. That was one of the great things last weekend on Trump's, when he was addressing the crowds at Easter. It's a wonderful building. There's really no name for it. That has been done by all the late. He said that. Check. Infuriating. He is not a stable genius.
No, but actually, there are guys who are fighting for him. They're fighting. You voted in a reality TV star,
an incompetent reality TV star.
Right.
Let's not leave that out.
A guy that just sat around and he has a deaf mute for a wife. Because she don't say shit, and if she did, you're not going to understand her anyway. And then wait a minute, you embraced her showing her tits. That's another thing. That's when you knew that they didn't really give a shit. Because can you imagine if
Michelle
Obama was doing sexual videos or taking pictures with lesbian type videos or pictures with a chick?
Oh yeah, there's no question. There's a double standard.
We can't have no black
Obama
man.
wore a tan suit. That was a week worth of holy crapness.
And they still believe he's that he's a Muslim.
Oh yeah,
you got some ignorant
secret Muslim. He's been out of office for over a year. He's still coming for your guns.
Yeah,
because he's an angry black man.
Yeah, and they're pissed off that when he decided that he was going to go on, make speeches, and they said they'll pay him $1 million a pop. Oh, there you go. Look at him making all this goddamn money, and we need to march on that. No, we don't. He earned it. Sorry, it's called being popular.
Yeah,
that's all it is. Hell, you want to run? You let that one idiot run around 99.99. What was his name?
Oh, Herman Cain.
Yeah, 666-79234, whatever the hell he was. And they were like, "Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, I love Herman." Yeah. No. Jackass of the Year award. Yeah.
True, but not enough of a jackass to get elected, apparently.
No. Oh, thank God.
Yeah, well, we'll see. It's people, well, it could be worse. Yeah, but it is what it is
One
right
of the guys
now.
on Facebook
so let's
was
not
pissed
worry
up.
about what would be worse and deal with the shitstorm we have every fucking day.
One of the guys was on Facebook pissed off at Elizabeth Warren for going after Ben Carson. Oh, she has so many, skeletons in her closet. She shouldn't be talking. And I was like, he only did brain surgery. He does not know anything about
housing or urban development.
No.
He does know how to spend $31,000 on a dining room set, though.
Yeah.
That's an important skill for the job, I think.
Yeah, there you go.
No? Really? Not part of the job? So it goes, well, our job is to keep it tight and keep it around an hour, which is where we are. So we do have to call it a week, but we will be back next week. Maria Alexander, hope you're feeling better. She was supposed to be with us on the panel today. Okay. But we'll hopefully be back next week, and we will too. Hopefully you will as well, listener. I'm not just talking to Tymon now.
Yeah.
If you like the show, please tell everybody you know. If you didn't, keep it to yourself, Tymon. Where can people find you on the social media?
Tymon Shipp at Twitter or Tymon Shipp at Facebook.
Excellent. And you can find me on Twitter at StandUpFallDown. And our invisible panelist, Will Durst, can be found on Twitter at Will Durst, and he can be found tonight in Larkspur, California at the Lark Theater doing Durst Case Scenario Midterm Madness. It's happening at 7:30 tonight, and you can find out more about Will's upcoming shows at his website, willdurst.com. You can find out more about this show and what we think on our Twitter at Let's Be Treasonable, LETSBTREASONABL. We leave off the E's and say pass the savings on to you. That's what we're doing. So come back. We'll be back We'll see you then. Until then, take care of yourselves. Have fun. Goodbye.
Bye.